feel just the way you played it, a louder dynamic just on that mechanical work. You see what that is. Great. Number I just passed? 21. Thank you. 21. For me, music's about journeys, and it's about starting bar 1, journeying to bar 8, and then journeying to bar 16. It's like your trip from Washington out here. Okay? It's all about destinations. And so you've arrived in Boulder today, just like we've arrived at whatever number we're at now. But you don't stop there, and you don't just do that. You think about what's next. And while you're traveling, you're moving towards something. We do that dynamically, we do that with time, and we do that with artistic intensity. The harmonic arrivals are really important in any great composition because I think great composers are always considering their pieces harmonically first. I don't know what you do, Carter.
Oh, I was talking about you to Gerard. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hey, I didn't hear you.
During my rehearsal. Do you start with harmony when you're thinking about, I mean, where does harmony come into your composition in terms of the process of discovery?
Oh, it's like right up front there. It's really right up front there. But for me, it's all about seeing how far I can stretch something before I have to go on to the next one. So harmony these are like sort of signposts. It's very important.
Signpost is something else that's along the road of a destination. So what we have there, trombones, is that harmonic moment is really important, and that's why I like to bring that out. I know it's not written into part of it; it's an McMurrayism. So you only have to do it with feel. Let's get into that. Can we go back to 21 again? I know it's like back in the last century. 21. And what that will do is that will set in motion the silence, and you go, that was much better, maybe a little bit more based on the first one, but that destination is exactly what we're after. Also on these longer notes, woodwinds, you've got to feel that you're climbing a ladder, and at the top of the ladder is the dynamic climax of that section. 21 again, please. I'm not killing them for the concert tonight.
Oh, God, no.
Ready, 21? As you get slower, the notes remain the same length. I think as you create a ritardando, you still keep the same amount of detached quality, but the notes get longer. So dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 da. So we feel the notes broaden. What you're doing is you're broadening the silence to create the ritardando. So for me, when you broaden the note but keep the same silence. Does that make sense? What you're doing right now is you're keeping the same length sound, but you're slowing the silence down. Okay, great. Remember this before this? Ready? Ritardando there?
I do.
Thank you for following me. I thought that you probably took a Ritardando, but I thought I'd do something different.
Cool.
Where should we start? 30? There we go. Thank you, guys. Good job. And once again, I tell my students that, and when you were artists here, you do it as well. That I think when a conductor gets on the podium, they have a point of view, and that point of view for them becomes the only way the music will go. So it's what everybody else does. It's an interpretation, because they feel that what they're doing is the way that it has to go. And every conductor has to find their unique way. If they do it the way that somebody else did, if they do it the way they heard the last recording or the world's greatest conductor or whatever it was, it wouldn't be authentic. It isn't making music from the inside out, it's making it from the outside in. So I don't feel compelled to alter what the composer has on the page. I feel compelled to come up with a point of view that I think enriches what I think the composer's intent is. And as each of us does that, there's going to be a little bit different reality that comes your way in terms of tempo or length of note or those kinds of things. Any way that's authentic and that serves the composer is right. Do you agree? And any way that doesn't serve the composer is wrong. So I'm hoping that I get a good call from Shostkovich. But go on, please, to the Wagner.